Hi everyone, welcome back to another PDQ-PD. Today I want to show you yet another feature that has been included starting in the Chrome 89 version, and that is the addition of an on-screen annotation tool. And that means you can do some annotation in your pictures and your images without having to utilize an app or an extension or another website. And let me show you how that works. I am going to go in on my Chromebook, and I will tell you I'm using a wireless mouse. You can still use your trackpad, or if you have a touch screen and a stylus, you can use that too. I'm going to my Chromebook apps here, and I'm going to my files to find a picture. And in this case, I can either look for images or I can look for downloads. Here's images where I have a number of images. Downloads, I just have the one that I specifically downloaded. And this one is a picture my wife took on her cell phone and sent it to me from SeaWorld because she knows how I like sharks. So when I get to this picture, you can see there's a number of tools here at the top that allow for annotation. This one is just an information button and a share button, trash button, and you've got a zoom where you can zoom in and out. But let me start here with the crop and rotate tool. When I click on that, I have a number of options. Here on the right, I can choose some preset ratios if I want to crop it to these ratios. I can rotate left and right. And I can also click down here and I can crop the picture as well. And if I want to crop and rotate and do all kinds of stuff, I can do that. I'm going to click reset here to get it back to my original version. I'll click done to get it back to my tools. So that's the crop and rotate. There is also the rescale button. And the rescale is if you want to make it a different size, it will automatically fill in the other parameters. So if you want to make this wider or narrower, you can change the number here. And let me just change this and watch the height number as I change the width number. I'm going to change the height to 1220. And it automatically sets the height for me. So when I hit enter, it will rescale it to that height. Now that doesn't really mean anything right here, but when you go and put it into another document, it will have different height and width. I'm going to discard the edits here. You have some lighting options, some lighting filters here for your exposure. And you'll have to be more knowledgeable about what all these things do than I am. I mean, I can tell that there's contrast there, but what looks good and what doesn't. This saturation, this kind of looks cool. If you take out some of the blue, it looked like it was a little too blue in the picture. That makes it look cool. But again, if you want to discard your edits, right here takes you back to the original version. Here's where the annotation comes in. I clicked on the little squiggly button. You see I have a couple of pen types here. I have a pen and then a highlighter. Also have an eraser tool, and then I can change the width of my pen. I'm on a pen. I'm going to go a little bit wider, and I'll click a color. And then if I want, I can annotate directly on the picture. And if the instruction was to circle the dorsal fin, I could circle that. I could make an arrow if I wanted to. If you have a touch screen, you can use the stylus to actually write words on there. It doesn't work so well if you're trying to use a mouse or the trackpad, but it works a lot better if you're using the stylus. Let me get a little bit wider, different color, and you can see how I can mess around with this. Let's go with the highlighter for a second and go with one of these colors. The highlighter is kind of nice because it does allow, if you just use the standard highlighting, just one kind of pass, you can still see what's through it. But if you kind of color it in more, you can choose how much of a opacity that you want. And once again, you can change your size here. Those are the annotation tools that you can use that are now built in without having to teach a new app. Some use cases for this, you might be able to now have your students take pictures of projects that they're working on and draw your attention to specific parts. This is a great way to check progress. You could have students take a picture of something after the first day, the third day, the fifth day, and annotate on there where they've made changes so you can see that. Again, it's a small feature that's built in there, but it's now something you don't have to go outside to find. That is the annotation tool in the Chromebooks starting on version 89. Hope this is helpful to you, and as always, have a great day.